Namaste, angels. This is going to be my new moon reading. I'm going to begin with something from bustle.com. At the top, they have August 2018 super new moon astrology predictions, all zodiac signs should know about. But I scrolled quickly and I didn't see any there. So I'm going to go down to the other part. This says, what does it mean when a partial solar eclipse is in Leo? August 2018 is starting with a roar. Sometimes the stars align to bring you everything you've ever wanted, and other times they conspire to bring you disaster. Astrologically, August 2018 is the latter thanks to the solar eclipse in Leo. Because Mercury is also in retrograde in Leo, and 5 other planets are in various stages of their cosmic backspins. I think there's actually 7. And I saw some yesterday, something about there being 8, but it was in a meme about the Lionsgate and other information that I read at the, off the top of my head. I was like, that's wrong, that's wrong. So I think the 8 might be wrong too, but I haven't counted. We'll do that together in a second. I'll count the ones that I remember being in retrograde. Basically 4 stars, not the celebrity kind. Acubens, Dubhe, Pallas, and Marak have teamed up with Mercury retrograde in Leo and the eclipse to have a big party, the kind that ends with the cops being called after a fight breaks out. These stars are all brining different ideas. It says brining, they mean bringing different ideas to the table, and none of them can agree on anything. The star Acubens with Mercury gives activity, malevolence, poison, lying, and crime. It can make you feel unbalanced, jumpy, unsettled, mentality, and helpless, Partridge explained. Well, that might be because Mercury rules and Gemini rules like the nervous system. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. I don't claim to be an astrologer. I just download a lot of stuff because I'm super psychic. That I do claim, and that is true. Quote, fixed star Marak on the other side of the Great Bear gives a love of command and domination. With the solar eclipse, it especially increases your power to get on in life. Asteroid Pallas signifies wisdom, courage, just warfare strategy, and skill. Not to be outdone, instead of bringing a nice crab dip or bottle of refreshing rosé, fixed star Dubhe is bringing an evil influence to the party. This makes a good case for declining all social invitations on August 11th. Damn. It says you should spend the day in bed. I wonder if the dice will also say that. Stay in bed. It says that they suggest we marathon the Golden Girls for the 11th millionth time because, let's face it, this ill-advised party of angry planets and stars sounds like a metaphor for Luke and Laura's entire relationship, which makes Gilmore Girls appropriate eclipse viewing material. Much like Luke and Lorelai's courtship, the partial solar eclipse in Leo will stir things up emotionally, and you could find yourself ruminating on past events you thought were done with. The eclipse is conjunct Mercury retrograde and quincunx Pluto. Long forgotten memories can come up to the surface and find new meaning. Astrologer Angelina wrote on her website Astro Butterfly, quote, this is a partial solar eclipse linked to the solar eclipse of July 2000. What was going on in your life back then? Similar themes may resurface, but now you have an opportunity to see things in a new light. If you're a Leo, your birthday month might get disrupted by all of the karmic chaos swirling around. Other signs that will feel the effects of the eclipse more than others are Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The bottom line, things are about to get uncomfortable, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. These feelings are actually a sign from the universe that it's time for change. And Leo, this might be the one birthday gift that you actually need. The eclipse will allow you to think about what you need, what you would like to have to come next in your life, Astrologer Susan Miller said on Astrology Zone, quote, "It will be the perfect time to look back over the past few years and to see what decisions you made were right and which ones missed the mark. Take the time during the partial solar eclipse to meditate on what you really want out of life and set your intentions for the next 6 months. If the recent blood moon and total lunar eclipse stirred up a lot of confusing emotions for you, the partial solar eclipse will help you to make sense of them. According to the intuitive astrology blog on Forever Conscious, what's more, something called the Lionsgate portal opens on August 8th. Not true. It started on July 26th when Sirius rose. So I don't know. I have to correct that. And it's, quote, "a favorable time for healing deep-seated wounds and opening both the heart chakra and third eye," end quote. This will help you better tune in to the frequencies and vibrations of the universe in advance of the eclipse, August 11th. Quote, "This energy from the Lionsgate is about honoring empathetic gifts and knowing that they can be a source of strength rather than weakness," end quote. Overall, the August 2018 partial solar eclipse in Leo is a mixed bag. If you fight against the energy of the eclipse, you will spend the next 6 months spinning your wheels. However, if you pay attention to the signs from the universe, you'll definitely come out of this celestial event ready to move forward and toward what you really want. And that's really the best gift that the universe could give you. And then they have what the August 2018 super new moon means for you based on your zodiac sign. Let's see if I can get through these quickly. I won't read the prelude to it. I'll just go straight to Aries. It's going to reignite your love life. On Saturday, the new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo powers up your 5th house of romance, creativity, and fame, and starts writing a new chapter in your personal book of love. The Astro Twins revealed on Astro Style, while you may have a myriad of admirers, it's important to choose someone who is your equal, but who also possesses qualities that you lack. Having a partner who complements you versus competes with you is the secret to a successful love match. Taurus, if you ever want to graduate from School of Hard Knocks, you're going to have to give some ground. This moon will provide you with the tools that you need to learn the art of compromise. Quote, "Expect to do a lot of serious thinking in the months ahead," Partridge advised. Quote, "There will be discussions and possibly arguments about power and control issues in relationships. It will be better to carefully listen and to think about your own ideas and attitudes before giving your opinion." Gemini, this summer's potent cosmic energy has you ruminating more than usual. However, the moon is going to give you the opportunity to finally turn the page. Quote, "On Saturday, the Leo new moon powers up your 3rd house of communication and socializing," end quote, the Astro Twins revealed. A budding connection with a colleague could bloom into something more as you explore a side business together, end quote. Cancer. If you've been experiencing some financial woes this summer, the moon is going to turn things around for you. And it will light your 2nd house of personal earned income, and it will be a welcome change, says astrologer Susan Miller. She revealed this on Astrology Zone. This new moon represents a chance to find new steady income, and it will be up to you to spot the opportunity and to be quick to seize it. Leo, for the birthday sign, the moon will give you inspiration. Out with the old, in with the new attitude. Before you blast into the next 12-month cycle, take a moment to appreciate everything you've accomplished in the last 6 months, the Astro Twins advise. This will give you a sense of how far you've come and set you up for more focused growth. Remember, what you let go is just as important as what you call in. Virgo, you can officially breathe a sigh of relief because things are about to get a whole lot easier. Your patience during the summer of relentless cosmic chaos will be rewarded during this moon period. It gives you the power of personal expression, which will help you to promote yourself and to reach your goals. So this is an excellent time to make real progress with the things in life that mean a lot to you, Partridge noted. It gives courage and fighting spirit, but also creative intelligence and wisdom. Libra. If you've been going it alone for far too long, the moon is going to bring you some new people. Okay, they're going to come into your orbit. Saturday skies feature a powerful Leo new moon in your collaborative 11th house, pointing a cosmic finger at potential new members for Team Libra. Speaking of finger, I got to tell you something about the finger of God too. That just reminded me. Because it's a supercharged solar eclipse and it lands in close proximity to Mercury retrograde, you won't have to search hard for kindred spirits, the astral twins noted. They'll just pop up everywhere you go and keep you motivated. Scorpio, while you thrive on being mysterious, that doesn't mean you necessarily want to solve your own mysteries. If something has been missing from your life, the days immediately following the moon will bring something or someone new into your life to fill the void. Quote, applause for work well done is on the way, dear Scorpio, end quote, Miller revealed. Quote, new moon eclipsers are known to add something to your life that you've not had before. A job offer, a promotion, a book deal, something special, end quote. Sagittarius, go with the flow. Okay, that's going to be your biggest asset. Pretty much anything you want is yours for the taking. So make sure you choose wisely. The super new moon, quote, brings harmonious relationships because of an inner feeling of calm and balance. You can expect favors, end quote, Partridge noted. Quote, increased confidence and enthusiasm will help you to reach your goals in the months ahead, end quote. That has to be your ruler doing that too. Jupiter. Who's this? Capricorn. New moons can be quite the tricksters, which is why it's important to remember that while something might seem real, that doesn't mean it's true. Capricorn, you could be fooled more easily than usual, or you could ignore an important sign from the universe if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. Things won't be as they seem on Saturday when the year's only new moon in Leo sends lightning bolts through your metaphysical seductive 8th house, the astral twin said. Quote, concentrate your energy on one thing at a time, however tempting multitasking may be, end quote. My fellow Aquarians, well, I'm an Aquarius moon, among many other things. I've got so much Aquarius in my chart. Aquarius, the time to hesitate is through. The August super new moon is going to encourage you to have direct conversations with people that you've been avoiding about issues you'd rather not deal with. Quote, the new moon solar eclipse on August 11th will be your big day to open talks with a present or proposed partner who you might be in business with or going into business with, Miller revealed. Quote, if you are thinking about taking on an agent or a publicist or to hire an ad agency or any kind of collaborator to get you ahead, this new moon will open up the talks, but don't make any decisions until early September, end quote. They must want you to wait till Mercury retrograde is over. Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces, in order to succeed, actually, isn't it the first sign of the zodiac? They have it as number 12 here. I think Pisces is the first. Anyway, Pisces, in order to succeed in the coming months, you're going to have to face reality a little more than you'd like. And your ruler's in retrograde, so maybe that'll be difficult. I don't know. That's just me saying that. That's not what this says. Back to what this says, the moon will teach you the art of give and take, and it will prompt you to start taking better care of yourself. Quote, it might propel you along a new path of mind-body wellness. Don't beat up yourself for sins of the past, the astral twins advise. Quote, this is the beginning of a whole new cycle, so commit to turning over a new leaf. This isn't a competition. It's about making informed decisions that will help you to reach your own goals with fitness, energy, and strength. Overall, all signs will be best served by surrendering to the will of the super new moon and partial solar eclipse, the will of the universe, the will of God, however you want to put it. Resistance is futile, and the more you accept that, the easier your super new moon experience will be. They've got plenty of other stuff here, like what does it mean when the eclipse happens during Mercury retrograde? And there's an article on that. Like I said, there had been another article about what does it mean that the moon is happening simultaneous to an eclipse. If you want to check all that out, it is on bustle.com, but I'm going to go on to some other stuff. So like I said, I would count out the planets. All right, so Mercury's in retrograde. Mercury, Pluto, Saturn, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, Chiron, which is really an asteroid, but for this purpose, they would consider it a planet. And that's it that I can recall. Venus is not. Yeah, 7, I think. So that's that. We have all that going on. Now, what's interesting that nobody's talking about, I don't know why, like I said, I'm not an astrologer. I don't know why I'm always talking about these things that nobody else is talking about. You know, until they're like right upon us, then it's like, oh, let's make a video about this or a blog about this. There will be 3 planets simultaneously retrograde in Capricorn. Or there are. Mars, which began its retrograde period in Aquarius, where it had been for probably about a month prior before it even went into retrograde, temporarily leaves Aquarius and goes into Capricorn, where Pluto and Saturn, which rules Capricorn, are already retrograde there. So I think that's something to note. But like I said, I haven't heard anything else about it. What else is going on around these days? Like, first of all, an eclipse, like it said here, the energy is felt for like 6 months. And I wasn't wrong about what I felt about the previous moon, the Aquarius full moon, the full buck moon. Like I said, I always say I hate that moon because it's like buck season. And for me, like the young bucks tend to be young black males that are, you know, killed to die some sort of violent death during that period. And sure enough, 66, mostly teens, were shot in Chicago. Nobody knows nothing about like just one weekend, last weekend. Didn't even get much conversation or play. It was the anniversary of Michael Brown's murder today, actually, the day on which I'm doing this reading, August 9th. There were a few things that I saw turning up. And then we did have some death among people's cousins and stuff, which I also mentioned would happen when that card came up in the middle, the white buffalo calf woman, right at the heart of the matter. I said, I feel it on a more larger scale, a national stage is where this is going to happen. And I'm not surprised because of what I had already started saying in the beginning about the buck moon. And sure enough, that happened. And that said, or why I'm even revisiting that is because, again, all of these eclipses, to me, the energy from all of them will sort of just combine and will just be like surrounded for like 6 months by all of what's been going on since the Gemini new moon, which is something else that, again, people hadn't mentioned, and I wouldn't have mentioned either because I'm not an astrologer. But then I had this huge vision and went online to see what was up with it. And, you know, sure enough, it matched up, you know, as if it wasn't huge enough, in my opinion, already, that the Gemini new moon was exactly 22 degrees or 1111 degrees Gemini. And then the eclipse that occurred, which is it's like a little known eclipse and very little talked about, was 11 degrees on Gemini. So once I read that information, I knew that meant something ongoing. So I think we're going to be experiencing these effects and for some time to come. And it also aligns with the Uranus retrograde and a couple of the other events that go into next year, right? 2019. For example, Uranus will be in retrograde till January 7th, 2019. And it's one of these things that's going to force us. I mean, if you think Mercury is going to do a number on you, the Uranus one in Taurus is one that, like, it really forces us to get our acts together. I think I talked about that one in last week's general reading, if you want to see what I said about it, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I wanted to tell you also, All right, so the 10th, I remember back in June, speaking of June, and even June 13th when we had the new moon, at that time, it was also Ramadan. Ramadan was about to come to an end. I think the last day was the 15th. On the 10th, we had celebrated the Muhammad having received the first writings of the Quran, right? The first ideas and whatever of what to write down about the Quran. And he did that, or it's believed that he did that, or it's written somewhere, on 610, in the year 610, actually. But there are some years, and I would be lying if I said I remembered exactly how it's determined, which years this happens and which years it doesn't. But there are some where it feels like we celebrate Ramadan twice, and August 10th is another one of these such celebrations of Muhammad having received the Quran. So that's the 10th. Was something else happening on the 10th? That might be it for the 10th. As usual, I didn't write anything down. So I'm going to move on to explaining from Wikipedia this Ramadan thing, because they're going to do it more eloquently than I am or could. So the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed, a guidance for mankind and clear proofs of guidance and the criterion of right and wrong. And whosoever of you is present, let him fast the month. And whosoever of you is sick or on a journey, a number of other days, Allah desires for you to ease. He desires not hardship for you, and that you should complete the period, and that you should magnify Allah for having guided you, and that perhaps you may be thankful. So this is from wikipedia.org. If you scroll down, if you Google Ramadan and scroll down to the part where it says history. It is believed that the Quran was first revealed to Muhammad during the month of Ramadan. So, okay, the month of Ramadan was in June already. We already celebrated that. However, August 10th is a celebration of Laylat al-Qadr, which is the night of power, and it's recognizing again the Quran having been given to Muhammad. So I'll go back to reading from this. It's believed that the Quran was first revealed to Muhammad during the month of Ramadan, which has been referred to as, quote, the best of times. The first revelation was sent down on Laylat al-Qadr, the night of power, which is one of the 5 odd nights of the last 10 days of Ramadan. So, like I said, we celebrated this, the Muhammad receiving the Quran on 610 into 611, similar to Hebrew practices, right? It's over. It begins at sundown, so it'll be like the night of 610, and then 611 is the actual feast day, one of the last odd days, because the 15th was the last day. So that adds up. According to Hadith, all holy scriptures were sent down during Ramadan. Listen to this. Because I think this is why I'm going over this. I think it connects a lot. All holy scriptures were sent down during Ramadan. It is further believed that the tablets of Abraham, the Torah, the Psalms, the Gospel, and the Quran were all sent down on 1st, 6th, 12th, 13th, and 24th of Ramadan, respectively. Did you catch those numbers? Very interesting numerology here. The 1st, 6th, 12th, and 13th, and 24th. It's interesting and personal to me also, because I was born in the 6th month. I'm very attached to 6. It's one of my special numbers. I was born in 613. So there's the 13, and I got my name on the 24th. I didn't have a name for 11 days. All right, anyway, according to the Quran, fasting was also obligatory for prior nations. Okay, so not just where they were believed in Islam or read the Quran, other places. And it was a way to attain taqwa, or fear of God. which is like reverence, really. I really don't like the term fear of God, and I never liked people trying to put the fear of God in me. But now I understand they were doing it wrong, and it's reverence. And just like appreciation and respect, honor of the universe. God proclaimed to Muhammad, okay, this is what's believed, that fasting for his sake was not a new innovation in monotheism, but rather an obligation practiced by all those who truly were devoted to the oneness of gods. Even the pagans of Mecca fasted, but only on the 10th day of Muharram, to expiate sins and to avoid droughts. It goes on. So if you want to read more about it, of how it ties, how this ties together, the fact that it's all one universe, one source, and that religion shouldn't exist, you might want to check that out. And this is just from wikipedia.org, actually. So I wanted to say also, going on in the sky, simultaneous to all those planets that I rattled off, or that we heard about in the reading, and the supermoon, and the eclipse, whatever else. Oh, and this holiday, spiritual energy. In addition to that, there's another sort of rare event going on in the sky, and that is called the Finger of God. And this is also from www.wikipedia.org. In my Patreon readings, my dailies that I do for my Patreon subscribers, we talked about the Finger of God, and I went over the 11 places the Bible mentions the Finger of God also. The Finger of God, also known as God's birdie, is a B-O-K, globule located in the constellation Carina, approximately 8,000 light years from Earth. It is a mass of dust and gas approximately 2 light years long, which has broken off from the main body of the Carina Nebula. And light from nearby bright stars is expected to dissipate it within the next few million years. So it'll be around for a while, but it's like in position and aligned right now too. While the Carina Nebula was first discovered in 1752, dramatic changes of it were noted in 1841, and the Keyhole Nebula observed later that century. It was the Hubble Space Telescope that revealed details of the actual finger in 1999. And I'll probably put like a picture of the Finger of God as the thumbnail for this video. All right, so on that note, at 27:27, I'm going to the cards and beginning with the Ace of Fire. An exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. And opening to the Two of Water. Nice, a relationship that continues to go closer, forgiveness, and the positive resolution of a conflict. So there can be a new opportunity in love. Ace of Fire. The Seven of Water, we might have options, a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Seven of Water and the Eight of Air. Ugh. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and being afraid to take action. Even though you've got tons of options. Eight of Air. And back to a positive note, the Page of Fire, outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. The Page of Fire is a Leo, maybe a young one, Sagittarius or Aries, possibly a Scorpio. And yes, brings news of an opportunity. Can be an actual person that's impactful upon your life. The Eight of Earth, skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe going back to school. This can be an opportunity to go to school or to learn a new trade, a vocation, experience something different, something about which you will be passionate. You will enjoy it. Or someone. Get to learn someone. Eight of Earth. What was I going to say? Never mind. And I've come to Ego, Major Arcana card numbers 15, Ego, or the Devil in the traditional tarot, which represents the sign of Capricorn, again, where Mars, Pluto, and Saturn, which rules it, will be located all in retrograde. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So this is an energy similar to that which we just saw with the Eight of Swords, except it's far stronger as major arcana as opposed to minor. The overall energy, however, is the Queen of Water, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. And I had meant to also check the dice. I'll do that now. I'll just give them a quick toss on the table before I lay the cards. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It's 50-50. Cocktail, 50-50. I'm having to do a compromise. And dirty movie. There may be some like FaceTiming and stuff going on. Communication. The Queen of Water is a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or someone like into those traits or attributes in your life. Could help to bring up love and emotion, stir it up in and around you. We got two. I started to put it back, but I said, nah, I don't like doing that. Crowning the masculine, the 10 of air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody may even be recovering from an addiction. It could be the masculine, could be somebody around him in his life. It could be connected to any sort of toxic or codependent situation or relationship. It doesn't have to be like, you know, substance abuse or something like that. It can be any kind of toxic situation. He's surrounded by the Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Some of them may be working too many hours, and that could be what a 50-50 is about, or just working too much, putting too much effort into something that's not, that they're not reaping like the benefits, or it's not measuring up. I'm just feeling that the dice, the 50-50 is in part has to do with this. Two of Earth can also have to do with a decision needing to be made, or with balance, trying to find balance, which can have to do with compromise again. 10 of Air, another thing that it can be about is betrayal and backstabbing. So this can be somebody like leaving you hanging and leaving you to like do all the work and carry the bag and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of the bag, this is a more positive bag than what I had in mind. It's the Ace of Earth. So that could be why some of them are working so hard. This is what's on their mind. They're trying to get to this new place. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Crowning the feminine, the Five of Water. Oh, geez. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in a situation and crying over spilled milk. It's just like not counting your blessings, not being appreciative of what you have, even though you're surrounded by the 10 of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. You have trustworthy relationships. The 10 of Water can just be about just, spending time with people that you love and that love you. It could be one other person, just whoever you're having that cocktail with, the cocktail that turned up from the dice, and that can give you a feeling of the 10 of Water. Feminine subconscious, or maybe it's this king that's doing it for you. The King of Water. He is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. Charity work is love. It's unconditional love as far as I'm concerned, because you are giving and or receiving without agenda. Also, we have basically a couple at the table, with the Queen of Water being the overall energy and the King of Water sitting here. So for some, this is definitely a love spread. Speaking of that, crowning the Four of Fire, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. The Four of Fire is like there's some feminine who's got a lot going on for her. And she's still not happy. You know, she's still not satisfied. The Four of Fire can be about actual marriage, you know, getting married, other types of commitment, a new home, or, you know, just feeling good at home, being at peace. It's like a hearth and home type of card. At the root. Very nice. Speaking of the charity work and being able to give and receive, that I felt from the King of Water, sitting right next to that now is the Six of Earth, which is absolutely about that. Gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. The Six of Earth, for me, it's very Venus. First of all, it's like all of her signs, all of her that she rules are present in this picture, particularly in this deck, obviously. For me, here's the scales of balance, right? She rules Libra. She's in Libra as of this week, too. She entered Libra on the 6th. So here's the scales of balance or justice. Maybe balance, again, crossing the Two of Earth. Back here, all this scattered energy that looks confused, all this air, right? You see all the white smoke? To me, that's Gemini. And then all this greenery, this is Taurus. All three of which are ruled by Venus. At the heart of the matter, the two cards we got. Okay, the Eight of Fire, events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over and many things are happening at once. This is also a card about communication. So maybe we have been waiting to get out of this difficult situation. It just seemed like it was never going to end. It is ending. Trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatever. We've been just really working ourselves really hard here with the Two of Earth. And maybe finally, like I said, we've been waiting for to reap some sort of benefit. Finally, that coming about, and this Ace of Earth can move up here. Because right here, we have with the Six of Earth, we have money coming from different places or opportunity coming from different places of the financial, of the material, and possibly love too. I mean, like the Six of Earth, similar to the King of Water, for me is all about unconditional love and the ability to both give and receive, allowing love to do what it needs to be able to do to be healthy. And that's to pass both ways. That's what the Six of Earth does. The other card, the Eight of Fire also can be about communication, right? We're about to receive some sort of communication. And it's good communication. I never feel anything negative about the Eight of Fire. It's coupled, however, with the Ace of Air. So while it'll be positive that you receive some news, it's possible that, you know, it's a little blunt. You know, but it's like truth that you need to hear. So even if it bothers you, it's still positive, right? The Eight of Earth doesn't become, fire rather, doesn't become negative because of that. It's still something that you need to hear. That can definitely be coming out. The Ace of Air, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation in a challenging beginning. The Ace of Air is also a card of victory and new beginnings, and it's sitting here crossing the Ace of Earth, both of which can be connected to Venus again, or even to Mercury, with Mercury being the ruler of both Virgo and Gemini as well, helping to push these things forward. And when we do this, then we see the only like really negative cards, if you want to even call them negative, and the Five of Water. I mean, it's not even, it's a 5, first of all. And you have right here in the same suit, the 10 and the King. We can overcome this. This is in the feminine's, definitely in her control, to be able to not fall into this, not fall prey to that. And that's what tarot is really for anyway. It's like a forecast to show you in advance of what there is a potential for, so that you know what you need to do. Same thing with this 10 of Air, all right? This is guiding you to now expect to not be in this same place anymore, you know, after these energies show up. Expect good things to come like it looks like they are. And that's what will happen. But if you continue to manifest negativity, because again, your will, the reading just said to succumb to the universe's will, but your will is still able to bring about a different outcome if you don't have positive thoughts and speak positive things over your life. I'm going to further clarify these with the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. And we begin with very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And opening to religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Religious factors and worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Can be connected to this because the Eight of Fire again is about like delays being over. Worth waiting for. And true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Worth waiting for. Boom. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So again, for a bunch of us, this is more of a love spread. With these aces, it's new starts in the area of love and happiness, emotion. Overall energy is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. I just saw, I should have read you guys. I posted on my page today the best, the most accurate explanation of the lionsgate that I believe it's possible I've seen ever. Maybe I'll show it to you right now. Or read it to you right now, I meant. Lionsgate, also known as the Egyptian New Year, is an astrological event where our sun, the earth, and Sirius move to specific points in the sky. So like I said, Sirius moved to a specific point in the sky on July 6th. Therefore, the Lionsgate didn't start on 8/8. And anytime you hear anybody saying that, you know that they don't know what they're talking about. All right? The Lionsgate portal opens from July 26th through August 12th. On 8/8, the energies of this portal may be amplified. This event urges us to leave what no longer serves us and opens a gateway to a new personal level of evolution. It's the time to align with our soul purpose. These energies inspire the initiation of a new cycle. When a great shift is possible, challenges typically arise in our lives. This prevents many from shifting as they are trapped in fear. You hear how this is aligning with the readings I've been doing and with the important messages that I posted and why I was trying to encourage everybody to seek healing so that they didn't miss out on this opportunity. I'll read that line again. These energies inspire the initiation of a new cycle. When a great shift is possible, challenges typically arise in our lives, and this prevents many from shifting as they are trapped in fear. So I pray that, you know, most of you listened or went and sought healing somehow, some way. This Egyptian New Year, set yourself free and align with your soul's purpose. Now, if you haven't, as you heard there, it's through the 12th. So you have up until then, the 13th, I guess, to fix it, right? To work on yourself. Crowning the masculine atop the 10 of air is playfulness. So again, you're going to get out of this funky negative energy and you're going to shift into one that's more positive and lively to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Especially if there had been some betrayal between you and your partner. You want to go in lighthearted. You don't want to start off your conversation saying, "Hey, remember when you stuck a knife in my back, or when I stuck one in yours?" That's not the way. It's approaching it from a lighthearted place, and maybe with something more pleasant, like "I miss you." Surrounding the masculine, atop the 2 of earth, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So that would take compromise. That would take balance. That would take two people both compromising, putting in the work. Top the Ace of Earth. This new beginning, it's new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Perhaps an earth sign, or maybe you're an earth sign. Or this could be, again, Venus or Mercury, but probably more likely Venus, the planet of love, which again is at home in Libra right now, which she rules, which is said to be the most loving placement she can be in. So I think that's what that new love is for the masculine. Atop the Five of Water in this very obnoxious energy. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So while you're thinking of what you don't have together yet, or maybe how you couldn't rush to the end, you're just starting at the beginning with getting to know each other. You're not realizing that that's what these two cups are. Right? This is the fact that you still have something, a blossoming situation, blossoming romance and relationship, and you're worried about this. Don't do that. Atop the Ten of Water, you deserve love. You are lovable. And this very Sagittarius-like energy. This female here with her bow and arrow, like Cupid. And atop the King of Water, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Here we have a woman. Looks like she's with her bridal party. Those are who her friends are. My friends, tend to be like the angels and the ancestors, the ascended masters, and that's on whom I call upon. But if you have, friends here on this plane, or if you're actually getting married or entering some sort of commitment where there are other people that can be involved and share your moment with you, which some of us may be, because again, crowning is the Four of Wands right after this King of Water. And opposite or mirroring the Ace of Earth with new love atop it. So you may have friends that you want to talk to. Whatever it is, whether they're on this plane or some other, ask for and accept support from others. Right? Be open to that give and take of exchanging love, giving it and receiving it, both without agenda, right? Just for free because you want to. Atop the Four of Wands, children. Your love life is being affected by children. Interesting. Atop the Six of Earth. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And that allows for the give and take too. Honestly, I'm going to tell you about the children. I had a thought about children being born in this period. Like whereas with the other one, with the full moon and the lunar eclipse, there was death and there was people leaving this plane. I had felt in the beginning of the reading, I just didn't say anything, that for this children, I'm saying it now because the children is there, but that I had felt that people could be joining us on this plane with this new moon and solar eclipse. At the heart of the matter, atop the Ace of Earth and the Eight of Fire, is give your relationship a chance and work on your partnership. So even where it is difficult or off to a rough start or a rocky start, maybe because there had been betrayal again before, right? We have that crossing this. There's room for movement and communication here. So let's give it a chance. 50-50, balance, right? The Two of Earth there, or the Six of Earth here. Exchange. A balanced chance from each. For those not in the place of love, we're going to look for some, or actually for all of us too, we're going to look at some Ascended Master cards also. So for in other areas and aspects of our life, beginning with Yes and Ganesh. This card means that Lord Ganesha is knocking down obstacles in your life. He says, yes, I will. And come out of the closet, says Amaterasu. This is about getting rid of stuff that doesn't serve you and living, your life out loud in front of everybody. So you might be rid of an obstacle that you felt prevented you from doing that before. Like the thing I just read that said, you know, that prevents many from shifting because they're of fear. So if you were feeling some sort of fear that led you to believe you had to hide in a, you know, virtual closet and not be your true self, then you might have missed out, but there's still a chance because Lord Ganesha comes through to knock down those obstacles that made you feel that way down. And mother, wife, sister, daughter, and Lady Nada. When that card shows up, it means there is a feminine energy in your life with whom you need to heal a relationship, including yourself possibly. This balanced career and home life with Isis is very much like the Two of Earth for me. You know, it's about, yeah, balancing career and home life. Being like finding the time for work and play. Balanced career and home life. And the flow of prosperity, which is like this Ace of Earth that we have here. And Lakshmi. Flow of prosperity. Mary says, nurture yourself. So, as it relates to now and maybe the remaining energy of the Lionsgate and all of the other wonderful energies surrounding us, that nurture yourself can be, again, you know, seek whatever healing it is that in whatever area it is you need it. Seek it now. And I would say that White Tara is co-signing that because she shows up as our overall energy purification. So this is like about cleansing ourselves of all the funky shit, right? Detoxifying and like starting fresh, anew. Atop playfulness and the 10 of air is follow your heart and St. Francis. So this is like, even if there was hurt, don't let like your mind and your ego and your pride get the best of you. Again, shift into a more lighthearted place and a more loving place and listen to what your heart says and let that guide you. I talked about St. Francis last week in one of my readings. I don't remember, about the release your ex. Atop of the Two of Earth and engagement is let it go, says Kuan Yin. So I think it has to do also with this 10 of air type stuff, like anything that you were holding on to that was pent up, there is resentment about something of the past, whether, you know, you felt you were at fault or the other person's at fault or whatever. Like, let it go, and we're starting fresh, right? Purification. Especially if you do get yourself cleansed of different things, you can really feel like you're starting out fresh. Underneath this purification, also upright, is meditate. So this is another indication that healing is needed, says Buddha. So whatever was holding you back and the fear or whatever that was, let that go. And again, follow your heart. Also, some are going to like quit a job or something or let the hours go. Like you're working too much physically. And you're letting that go, having nothing to do with love life ascending, or not directly at least. Atop new love. Oh, wow, I love this. And the Ace of Earth is basically another ace of earth. It's retreat into nature and the green man. When the green man shows up, he is all about abundance, whether it is the financial, the material, or love. See this little heart here with these little sprites holding up the heart? The green man, abundance. So he's basically, again, the ace of earth. So I love this for the masculine here. I love it in this placement too, that this is where his mind is, right? This is where his head is at, as they say. So that should help in following his heart. That maybe like his mind and heart and mind have even come into balance too, right? They've met somewhere in the middle is what these are also saying to me. Atop getting to know each other, and the 5 of water is priorities, says King Solomon. So like, right, again, priorities, like the 2 of cups that are standing up here, that's your priority, not these 3 that have spilled out, and you know, that's a time that's passed and we can't revisit it. But what we can do is make things, make our time together, you know, worthwhile going forward. And that helps us getting to know each other, going deeper, and really getting to know one another as we reveal ourselves, our innermost selves to each other, our bond deepens. That's the priority here. Atop, you deserve love. And the 10 of water is drink more water also, says Oshun. Now, this is connected to ascension and your love life ascending. The need for drink more water. And I find it interesting that it's here with the 10 of water. It's like, yeah, you deserve love, so why not help yourself to achieve it by like keeping yourself healthy, like spiritually and emotionally and physically too, because we need water for other reasons as well. But this is about ascension, and it's even mirroring the masculine's card of engagement and the ascension of the love life. Here atop, let your friends help you, in the King of Water, energy healing. This is Merlin. Maybe I'm your friend, or maybe you know somebody else that does energy healing, and you can look at it from them. Here's the moon here, also Merlin standing under the moon. I think that's interesting. And again, this energy healing will help us, you know, emotionally, spiritually, and in our ascension as individuals and the love life. Atop children, and the 4 of fire is also clear and shield your energy. This can be about protecting yourself and your family from attack. Right? You want to keep a happy home. Maybe you want to sage the home. Maybe you want to put some black salt around the door, the thresholds, and like protect yourself and your children. Shoo out anything that was old and left, and like you're starting fresh. Old energies that were in the home, maybe people that have left. Yeah, you want to go through your house, and you might have stuff there that belonged to somebody else that's no longer there. The children are actually coming through as a new beginning too, and that you're going to want to clear and shield your energy in preparation for a new beginning. So kind of like what we've been doing for the past couple months, and this readying of ourselves, this healing with intention and purpose, of being able, so we can be part of that shift that was described. And I talked a lot about this last week too, and I read from the book of Matthew, which talks about being prepared also, specifically Matthew 24. Yeah, so you want to get ready for your new beginning, and then like protect yourself there so that you'll be in the right frame of mind to follow your heart. That fear will have dissipated, and you'll be reminded of what your priorities are, including yourself. Like you're one of the priorities too, and as is your heart and your partner. That will allow you to let go of the bullshit, which opens up the flow of abundance. And it will help if you retreat into nature. That helps in open up the flow of abundance also. It's like we could go around this perimeter, and they're like steps, instruction steps of what to do. At the root here, atop forgiving and learning, and the 6 of earth, that give and take, which forgiving and learning is just that too. Father, husband, brother, son, Osiris. So similar to the mother, wife, sister, daughter card that showed up before with Lady Nada, that I said that meant that there is a feminine energy in your life with whom you need to heal a relationship. And that can be yourself, being your own inner feminine. Well, the same goes with this one. There's a masculine energy in your life with whom you need to heal a relationship, and it can be yourself. It could be yourself and beyond. You know, it can be other people too. But I really feel it connected to the energy of forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So it could be something from your childhood and your own father. Maybe something that you brought with you into your relationships, whether you are the husband or it's your husband that we're talking about, brother or son. And it's going to take, like, again, give and take and compromise to work these things out, to both forgive and then learn from, you know, what we went through and just move on, right? Let it go. See it crossing the let it go here. At the heart of the matter, atop the Ace of Air, give your relationship a chance, and the 8 of Fire, find the blessing in your current situation. So even if you are off to a difficult start, a rocky start, recognize the fact that you're getting a new beginning. You're off to a start. You're off to a start. That's the blessing. If you receive some harsh truth, okay, maybe the harsh part is the difficult part. But the blessing is the fact that you got the truth. Right? You're not being led around by, you know, lies and bullshit anymore. There's a few ways to look at this. The Ace of Air is also a card of victory. So you can look at all the trials that you went through, or you can look at the fact that now you're hashtag winning. That's the blessing. So it's about perspective too. This is our message from Krishna. And there'll be further advice from these. I also wanted to use the healing with the angels deck to ask what is one thing that each archetype can count on this moon and eclipse to help them with this period over at least the next 2 weeks. Beginning with Ascended Masters, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over you and guiding you. And opening to integrity, which right away I was drawn back to the Ace of Air. That's what it's about. Align your actions so that they match your values and your inner knowingness of what's right for you, which also goes along with following your heart. Integrity. Boom. Twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Integrity. And sacral chakra. You're highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. Like just clearing away. Again, clearing and then shielding your energy. Integrity. Ear chakras. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both internal sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your real prayers. What is something the masculine can count on during this period from the universe? A gift and the feminine. From the Healing with the Angels deck. For the masculine, you are a powerful light worker. It's safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. Feminine. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. So we just had ear chakras, and now this. I think that this is a message about, again, we have the feminine going through some ascension here, maybe specifically in the area of clairaudience, and you may want to, work with that. To the masculine, the Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative, falling in love or wedding proposals. Here's Follow Your Heart, and here's the Four of Fire. The need to balance emotions. Here's the Two of Earth. And an invitation to a social event. Maybe that cocktail that turned up in the dice. The Knight of Water is someone who makes proposals, basically. Different offers to us, or he could be on the receiving end. He's also a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The feminine, the Emperor with Archangel Michael, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership, Major Arcana card 4, all about our foundations, 4. So it's like a second 4 of fire. Because we got one here. And Major Arcana card 4 is also like a 4 of fire to me, because it represents the planet Mars, the red planet, ruler of fire sign Aries, as well as Scorpio. This can have something to do, again, with our father or father figure, or ourselves as a father figure in someone's life, or as a father, something through which we're going that we need to heal. There needs to be a place. We need to come to a place where we can seek forgiveness or extend forgiveness to another, learn from the experience, and keep it moving. It might be something that's coming up from our childhood, from years ago. This is also about being in control of your own situation, like not relinquishing control to another person, living by your will, and should you choose to or not, the universe's will, should you choose to submit to that, the universe's will. But other than that, your will, absent forces that are beyond our control. So this is about not handing over that part that is 100% in your control to another person. You like just holding the reins of your own life. To the masculine from the romance angels, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So basically, follow your heart. And put some effort, right? Give your relationship a chance. Let your friends help you if need be. Maybe you need somebody to set up an opportunity for you guys to get together, or to introduce you to somebody. Some of us may experience that over this period. Feminine, free yourself. You're in control, so you have the power to do it. It's time to take back control of your life. Okay? Again, here's that. And from the Ascended Masters to the masculine, very nice. Flow of prosperity with Lakshmi. So he's got all these cards of abundance here. The Green Man, flow of prosperity, Ace of Earth, and new love opportunity. And for the feminine, stay focused with Kuthumi, which takes us back to here with our priorities. But again, I feel like this is going to be a period of ascension, particularly for the feminine, and of letting go of some old energy and starting anew. So that's on what we're to be focused. Be focused on you. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the new moon in Leo reading. If you did, if you actually liked it, then like it by clicking the like button. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please do remember to subscribe if you're interested in being notified about my videos when I post them. Also, be sure to click the bell button so that you will be notified, because this thing is funky. I have people that want to be notified, and they'll go in and check, and somehow, you know, like the bell has become unchecked or something. It's weird, but you have to like check it out every now and then to make sure it's still the way you want the settings set. Also, reminder, I'm having a giveaway in celebration of my 5,000 subscribers that we currently have, and the 5,000 more, you know, that we're on our way to every day. I'm giving away 5 different prizes. One is an animated drawing of, it'll be like an avatar. You want to submit a picture. You won't have to give me your address for any of these giveaways, by the way. Not for any of them. Just like how I do my readings and stuff, I don't need anything. And that's not bragging. That's just the truth. I can get you your stuff. So the drawing, the most we'll need is like an email contact if you want to submit a picture, or if you have something that you're into, like you like mermaids, you know, she can give you one of those. You like, oh, I don't know, traditional anime, you can get one of those, you know, all kinds of stuff. If you want to check out the artist page, it is at Cliburn, Klibrn. That is, he'll be doing the drawing. I'm also giving away a half-hour reading, a 1-hour reading, a divine light cleanse. And if you want to check out what that is, you can visit my website, Queenofswordsthelightworker.com. It's all about purification and clearing and shielding your energy and energy healing. That's what I do in addition to this. So on my website, I have a tab called energy healing, and under that, the drop down menu, one of the types is divine light cleanse. It also has its own page on Facebook. On that page on Facebook, or for that page on Facebook, I tend not to invite anyone to like the page, because I want everyone who does like the page to, you know, genuinely be interested. You know, whether they stumble across it and they say, okay, I want to click like, or they actually have an experience with me and they say they want to click, well, for whatever their reason is, I want it to be genuine and of them, not because I asked somebody to do me a favor and like the page. So all the likes that are there are, again, they're genuine. The 5-star rating, it's genuine. All the, you know, the testimony that's posted, it is genuine from, you know, clients who have experienced this. If you want to check it out, then you can check it out on my website or on Facebook on its own page, Divine Light Cleanse. I guess that's it. I'll be back with more readings. Namaste, guys.